Good afternoon or good evening. It is 5:30 on a wonderful Monday afternoon or Monday evening, whichever one you want to call it. And we are going to talk a little bit about all of the big news. So, with that being said, we're going to bring on in just a few minutes, he'll show up, but we'll bring on Mr. NC Relic Hunter Michael Coley himself. So we'll be bringing him on here in just a few minutes. But I hope everyone has had a fantastic Monday. I was able to get out and do a little bit of hunting this morning. And then, of course, through all the stuff that went on today, I just got back not too long ago. So I said, well, hey, we need to talk about a lot of this stuff. Of course, we have been talking about it for the last few days. Let's bring Michael on. Michael is in here with us. What's up, Michael? How are you doing this today?
What's going on, guys? We had some big announcements today.
Yes, we got a lot of stuff going on, and I wanted to at least address some of those things for everyone. And if you haven't heard, there are big announcements today from Minelab. Minelab kicked off the day, and then Nocta comes back and their big announcements. And so I thought it might be a good time for us to at least talk about some of those things. We've been talking about them over the last couple of live streams, even since last week. And now we know what those things are. So we're gonna dive into some of those announcements. So with that being said, I'm gonna put up the first video. If you haven't seen it yet, it is on the Minelab video, which is on the new X-Terra Elite. And we'll look at some of the specs and some of the things about that machine in just a few minutes. But I'm going to show you the video. If you haven't already seen it, we're going to run that real quick, Michael, and then we will talk a little bit about it. And then we'll get into Nocta's big announcement with the triple score machine coming out. So, yeah, so we got a lot of good comments coming in here. Real quick, though, before we do any of that, Michael, like we always do, we love giving shout outs to our subscribers and the people that come on here and support us each and every time. We got Mr. Jack Felmy in the house. He says, hi, Teach. Watch all your videos. We appreciate you. Can't wait to see what you're about to say about the triple score. Well, hopefully it'll be something informative, but we're going to talk about the triple score. We got Chris Hook in the house. Glad to have Chris in here with us. Mr. Rob is in the house. Glad to have Rob in here tonight. We've got Mr. Brian Olier, I think is how you say it. Mr. Tom Kingery. Glad to have Tom in here. We got Mr. James Bazell is in the house with us. Metal Detecting Northwestern Wisconsin. Glad to have him in here. Mr. Sniff It Out is in here with us. Gene Gilstrap. Happy Monday to you too, Gene. Thank you so much for being a part of the live stream. Adventures in Dirt. Glad to have him in here. Mr. Doug Atkins, one of our loyal supporters. Greeny Meanie says we avoided a storm today. So, but there was a lot. Go ahead, Michael.
Speaking of that, Garrett did release a little video saying that you can go and enter to win the Garrett Storm on their website. I think they're going to announce the winners of that machine on the 18th.
Okay, well, there you go. So I haven't seen that yet, Michael, but thanks for sharing that with us. We've got Mr. Patrick Parker's in here. Mr. Ricky Bennett is in the house with us. Always glad to have Ricky. Mr. Blasted Cat, also another loyal supporter. And Old Pelon is in the house with us today. So super excited to have all you guys. So we're not going to hesitate. We're going to get right into this. And I'm going to show the first video on the X-Terra Elite. And then we'll talk a little bit about the X-Terra Elite. And then we'll get into the Nocta stuff after the Minelab stuff. So let's watch this video real quick. And Michael, we're going to play that video. See if we can pull it back over here and let everybody see. We're going to share it to our stage and we will run the video. All right. So, Michael, what do you think about the X-Terra Elite? Looks like it's going to be like we've said all along, it's going to be a multi-frequency machine. It's going to be at a very affordable price range. I think the X-Terra Elite without the headphones and the extra coils is going to run around $479, I believe was the price that I was told, around in that range. And then you're going to be able to get the X-Terra Elite Expedition pack. You're going to be able to get that for $599, and that will include the wireless headphones. But if you already have Minelab products, you'll also be able to use the Equinox coils with the X-Terra Elite, and you can also use all of the Minelab headphones, the ML105s and the ML85s with the X-Terra Elite. So that is going to be very, very interesting moving forward. And I believe that this machine is really sort of taking the spot of the Equinox 600, a lower end, just a little bit below the 700 now. And so Minelab is really trying to address all price points. And I think they're doing a really good job of doing that. Plus, too, if you get the Expedition pack, you get the 8-inch coil as well with the regular 12-inch coil. They do have a 10-inch coil, too, that will be available for the X-Terra Elite. You've got iron bias that you can adjust. I think it goes down into the negative, so you can put it at -1 to open it up for a little better separation. You've got a lot of the same features that you have on some of the Equinox models. It's going to be a pretty good machine. I don't think it has a prospecting mode or gold mode on it. So you don't have that, but a multi-frequency, hunt the beach, $400, $500 price range, really good. And a lot of people I know are saying, well, there's just so much to pick from. And I posed this question to you earlier when you and I were first talking about these new machines. You know, if you had $500 and that's all you had to spend, what machine would you buy at this point? And so we're gonna look at what the Nocta offering was too, and then we're gonna get into that as well. But wow, I mean, just a fascinating. I will have my hands on one of these machines coming up really, really soon. So as soon as I get it, I will take it out, test it, show some of the features, all of those things that you guys I know are going to want to know about if you're interested in this machine, that $400 to $500 price range. And of course, you know, a lot of us, you know, maybe can't go all the way up to a Manicore level, but this machine sort of gives you that mid-tier option, gives you a multi-frequency machine, gives you some of those things, and gives you a lot of the same features that you would see on the Equinox models as well. So what do you think, Michael? What do you think about this?
So you can use Equinox coils on this new machine?
You can. Yes, you sure can. So, and I think that's a big,
what I've seen.
Go ahead.
Like the iron silencer is -1, 0,
Right.
1, and 2.
Right.
Is that right?
4 levels. You're exactly right.
Okay.
And then, of course, you'll have park, field, and the beach modes. So those will all be on there. So, you know, how all this plays out will be really interesting. But wow, what a great time to be a metal detectorist and to have the option of getting a multi-frequency machine at that price range and getting all of the features that you would see with that machine as well. So I just, you know, I'm real excited about what I'm seeing from these companies. I know Carson Chris just asked a great question. When is XP going? Nobody knows. You know, I wish I could come out and say, hey, you know, there's going to be an XP product coming, but right now I don't see it. And they're not giving me any indication. And that's not to say that it's not ready, but they're not giving me any indication that that coil is coming anytime soon right now at this point. So I wish I could answer that Yeah, there it is. Anyway, Joel is on here. And for you guys that don't know, Joel is one of our main sponsors of our channel. You can always check out Joel at Metal Detecting Buy, Sell, and Trade USA, 775-388-8277. And he also has his website down there as well. Joel can get you hooked up with these machines, the Nocta triple score, which we're going to talk about in just a few minutes. And he can also get you hooked up with this new Minelab X-Terra Elite, and he'll get it out to you super quick, super fast. So if you are interested in any of these products, as well as any other metal detecting product, give Joel a try. I think you'll find that he does very well and is as competitive with anybody.
So what is the recovery speed on that X-Terra
They,
Elite?
they,
Is it
they have
one,
three.
2, and 3?
Yeah, they only have three
Yeah.
levels of recovery. So 1, 2, and 3. And so, you know, that's it as far as the recovery speed goes. Of course, you'll be able to notch. I wasn't really sure about the tone segments. You know how you can set the tone segments up on your Equinox? I think you can only adjust one of those tone segments, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. So don't hold me to that because I haven't delved into it that deep. Let's see if we can find that on the Minelab side. I should have had all this pulled up. Let's see here, Minelab, and we'll put that up for you guys. Let's see if they've got any stuff on here already, and I'm sure they do because they're pretty quick to put this stuff up.
Ryan, I sent you that the Garrett Storm announcement.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a short. It's like a minute long, telling about that that giveaway. I don't know if you can pull that up.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up this X-Terra real quick so everybody can see that. Well, there it is. Let's look at. There's the overview. Let's look at the specs. Let's look at the specs on this thing. So we got park, field, and beach. We've got 6 custom search profiles that you can set up. So you got that option. You have multi, but you only have one single frequency according to this, which is going to be 15 kilohertz. So we'll see how that works. Noise cancel. You're going to have auto noise cancel, 19 channels that you'll be able to pick from. Ground balance, they have auto manual and tracking. Sensitivity, just like with the Equinox, 1 to 25. Target volume, 0 to 25. Threshold, 0 to 25. You can adjust the threshold pitch. Target identification is 119. You have minus 19 negative ferrous, and you have 1 to 99 ferrous, which is actually really good. So separation could be, you know, pretty decent on this machine. Target tones, you've got a few selections. You've got one, you can select 1 tone, 2 tones, 5 tones, all tones. And they also included depth, which is also a really nice feature. You can adjust the tone break, the ferrous only on target 1. That's what I thought. So you could adjust the tone break or the tone volume for the first segment. Recovery speed, again, you've only got 3 levels of recovery speed. Like Michael just mentioned, the iron bias or the iron filter has -1, 0, 1, and 2. So there you go with that. You have 5 levels of depth indicator, 30 segments, 4 target IDs per segment. You got pinpoint mode. You have wireless audio. If you get the Expedition pack. Trying to see if there's anything else. Backlit display, which is red like the X-Terra. Vibration. You have a 5x12 coil that comes with it, but they do have other coils that you'll be able to select from. Let's see here. Waterproof to 16 feet. I know a lot of you will be interested in that. And 3 years warranty on the remote head. So there you go, Michael. What do you think? Is this going to be a winner?
So what size coil that comes with that machine? You know,
it comes with a 12. Comes with a 12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? Winner?
It sounds pretty interesting. I'd like to see some tests with it. I mean, with the Xterra Pro, from what I've seen a couple of videos running over targets. This VDI is pretty stable on that machine. It looks like so.
Greeny Meanie says that I
You
missed the
know,
frequencies it's running. It was running the multi IQ, so we don't know what those frequencies are in multi frequency. The only single frequency,
it's one single, right? Yeah,
right? They've only got one single frequency, and that's 15 kilohertz. Greeny Meanie. So,
right.
you know, now, I believe field one and field two, field one more weighted towards higher conductive targets. Same way with park one, higher conductive, part two, more lower conductive, field two, more lower conductive targets. As far as the way that they've got those frequencies sort of working simultaneously, from what I've been told.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's it for the X-Terra Elite, and I think it's going to be a good machine. I really do. I really think that it's going to do really well. And if you're a Minelab user and you've been waiting on a multi-frequency machine, a lower price point, well, here it is. So the X-Terra Elite. And it's khaki color. It's not green, like camo green, like the X-Terra Pro. So it does have sort of a different look to it. But again, it's gonna be interesting. So yeah, and like I said, I should have my hands on one hopefully really soon. Which as soon as I get it, I'll get something out there for you guys, so you guys can take a look at the X-Terra Elite. So that was the first big announcement from Minelab, which started the day. And then we get a new announcement from Nocta. So let's look at the new Nocta machine that is coming. Michael, have you paid attention to this?
I did watch that, and the triple score is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And they've really got some good deals on the score and the double score
All right.
and the
So
package deals.
here's the triple score for you guys that haven't seen it. Nocta has released the triple score, so we have the score, the double score, and now we got the triple score. And I believe the price point for the triple score, was I right, Michael? It's $4.99, correct?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Right. $4.99, and you get you get an extra coil with it, and you get wireless headphones. So
It's either $4.99 or $4.79. It's one or the other. I
yeah,
think it is $4.99.
I think it's $4.99 too. So, but here's the triple score. It's got some really, really, really cool features to it. We're gonna look at those real quick. Here's the comparison chart in case you guys are looking at comparing these machines. $4.79, Michael. So you were right. $4.79 for a multi-frequency machine with wireless headphones. But the real shocker was the price of the score. How much is the score going to be, Michael?
$269, right?
Or was it
Is that right?
269 or 279?
279 or
Yeah, 279 for the score, the regular score. And you're getting a multi-frequency machine at that price. It's pretty strong. So let's look at this comparison chart real quick as we compare the machines. Of course, the main thing with the triple score is that you've got all the different tone options. So you have you can set it at 1 tones, 2 tones, 3 tones, 4 tones, 6 tones, 60 tones, and you get pitch with that. So yes, that's exactly, he's right. That's exactly right. The triple score has multi-frequency for almost the same price as the X-Terra. That's interesting. And that score machine is a dynamite machine at that price point. I mean,
right.
You really could
I
not go
think it
wrong.
has more features than than that X-Terra Elite to me.
It
Just
does.
going down the list, yeah.
It does, Michael, because you got the multi-frequency selections on it. So you've only got just the regular multi, and you got 15 kilohertz on it as well. So you got multi and a single frequency, which already that's pretty strong. The triple score only has a tone region with that one segment that you can adjust. Threshold is 0 to 30. It has a notch filter on it. It's got 4 modes of discrimination patterns, which just like the Legend has on it. For you guys that know the Legend, target IDs are 1 through 60. Let's see here. I was looking to see if did I miss recovery speed, Michael? Recovery speed, yeah, 1 to 5. So you got 2 more levels of recovery on the triple score that you don't have on the double score. History Revisited is on here. Thank you for being here tonight, History Revisited. He says the -1 iron bias and the DP on the Elite is what's getting my detecting juices flowing. Yeah. Yeah, because that's going to add to separation with the X-Terra Elite, and that's a great point. So, again, you can go both ways with all of this, but just some great offerings by these companies. And if you get the triple score, you do get the wireless headphones with it as well, and so that's a big plus too. So you got park, field, and beach, but they also, here's the big kicker. And History Revisited is on here too, so he might even know a little more about this. They're going to have a relic mode, and somebody asked me if they thought that was going to be like the beast mode is for the Legend. Not real sure, but I'm assuming that's what it is. And the other kicker that Nocta announced on this live stream was that they are adding the deep target identification update to these machines.
So an update's coming pretty soon.
So there's an update coming. Yes, an update is coming, guys. So you guys are going to have that option of being able to use and get these great machines at a wonderful price. So we've got what was it, Michael? $279. I think $369 for the double score. I think it was.
Yeah.
And then $479 for the triple score. So you got 3 multi-frequency machines at the 300, 400, well, really at the 200, 300, 400 price range level. That's pretty crazy. And that's what's going to help sell these machines, because like many of us are dealing with, we're dealing with rough economies right now, Michael. And to be able to pick a multi-frequency machine and take it straight out to the beach is definitely going to be under the assault because literally and figuratively, it'll be under assault, right? So
yeah, that's right.
we're gonna have all these multi-frequency machines just scouring the beach. And if there's something out there, these machines are going to find it. So you got the X-Terra Elite, you've got the triple score, the double score, the score, you got all these machines to choose from. And it's just really crazy at what's going on right now. I'm going to adjust this light real quick, Michael. Give me some light, a little more light. So I think that, I think both of these releases today really show the competitiveness of the market. And I know you were a little bit worried saying that it's, how many of these machines can we get that are going to be the same thing? Right. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, they're pretty similar in performance. We know that, and they got a price break of every $100 on these scores.
Right.
I mean,
they've hit every price level, Michael.
Yeah. you reach a point where you're almost competing against yourself, your own
Right.
company.
Are these machines going to cannibalize each other?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Are they going to cannibalize each other and steal sales away? Well, I don't know, Michael. It just depends. Like if you have 300, if you only have $300 to spend, heck, buy the score. If you've only got $400 to spend, buy the double score. If you only got $500 to spend, get the triple score. So it's just crazy. Or you can get the X-Terra Elite for at the same price as the triple score. So it's getting it is getting pretty crazy out there, and they are competing against each other. Alabama Digger also brought up another point. Thank you for reminding me, Alabama Digger. Teachy said, "Did you notice Nocta was close to finishing up affordable pulse machine?" Might have missed you saying that. I did not mention that, but yes, they are. They mentioned it sort of briefly, but she did go through it a little bit. And so, yeah, there's going to be a new pulse induction machine for you guys that are hunting gold and you're out west and you're looking for, or you're hunting in highly mineralized soil, like maybe up in Virginia, like Culpeper, where we hunt. Then, a new pulse induction machine. And they're saying it's going to be, really good from what they're seeing so far. So that'll be
That's gonna be
interesting
pretty
too.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not into the whole pulse induction thing. Other than I might use it if I had to, like on a really like at Culpeper. But there's really not a lot of places that I'm dealing with highly mineralized soil. And I'm not just going to go and fork out $3,000 or $4,000 for a pulse induction machine when I'm only going to use it one or two times. It's just not going to happen. But I don't know. This one might be affordable too. Who knows what Nocta's got planned for this machine? And I still believe this, and Michael will attest to this too. And I think Michael agrees with me. Let's put us both back up here, Michael. That Nocta is on the verge, I believe, of releasing something, another premium machine to eventually replace the Legend. Now, is it going to be the Legend 2? Is it going to be the Legend Pro? Or are they going to do away with the Legend name and go with something totally new? But I really believe that Nocta is on the verge of making that happen as well.
I like the Grand Slam, like I said earlier.
They might as well. Hey, they did the triple score, double score, and score. They might as well go for the Grand Slam, the home run machine. Thank you so much, Detective Two Guns. I appreciate you so much for the donation. All donations, super stickers, super chats, all go straight back into the channel. Hopefully, we're providing you with information that you guys can take out and use out in the field. And we enjoy coming to you guys. We've done 3 live streams, Michael. We did one Friday night, one last night for our members, and now we're doing another one today. But I wouldn't have done it if I knew that you guys would want to hear this information, sort of get a feel for what we're thinking about these machines, what these machines are going to be doing, the specs on these machines. So that's why we came to you guys live today.
Can you pull up that little short Garrett video as well?
Yeah, we can do that. Give me a second. Alabama Digger says that they're exclaiming that it's going to be very affordable, and that's what I did hear from that. So definitely for sure. History Revisited says, hey, that's what I'm really interested in Alabama for highly mineralized beaches. So yes. So again, super. It's just super times, Michael. We're definitely in some super times. And he says, yes, they have a roadmap for, I know. I believe that's coming. And
I think so too.
I like what Nocta's doing. I love their promotions. I love their aggressiveness. And I respect it. I respect Nocta's aggressiveness. I respect MyLab's aggressiveness, because in the end, I know that all of us win when they compete with each other in that way. So again, I'm excited about these companies sort of duking it out. Thank you, Jack, for becoming a member. And by the way, we do have a membership channel. We do a live stream that we're going to do every month. And we do some special giveaways. We give out some more information on those live streams. We sometimes have special guests, like Surfside Dan was on there, and we did some special tutorials on some things. And so, yeah, if you want to be a member, we're still doing our normal live streams, but if you want to get a little bit more and have some chances to win some great prizes and giveaways, sign up for the membership. I think you will enjoy it. So definitely good. Surfside Dan says if the Pulse has discrimination, it will be a killer. Well, that's the one knock on all those Pulse induction machines is that as well. Let me see, Michael, if I can find that Garrett. We'll put that up real quick if I can find it. Was it on there?
It's on their YouTube channel.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can find it. Yep, 7 hours ago. Let's show that real quick, guys, because I know a lot of you have asked me about the Garrett machine, and I'm working really hard on, and Greeny Meanie asked me about this earlier. I'm really working hard on getting one of those sent to me, and as soon as I get one of those, then we'll try to run it through its paces as well. Greeny Meanie says, yeah, Fisher tried and failed with the discrimination on the Pulse induction machine. Alabama Digger says, I'm going to hold out for a few weeks until Nocta releases a Pulse VLF GPR hybrid 16-ounce 400 unit. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you so much, History Revisited. I really appreciate that, buddy. And I love your videos too as well. Keep doing what you're doing and keep bringing out that information and pumping that stuff to those audiences over in the UK as well as here in the United States. I know people check that out. So, Michael, let's show this. Let's show this Garrett promotion that Michael was just telling me about, which I haven't seen this one yet, but we will put it up there. And let's put that up.
By now, you've probably seen some of our storm teaser videos. Some of you are probably wondering if this storm's ever going to arrive. The answer is yes. It's going to be Tuesday, June 18th, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So mark your calendars. Better yet, tune in live. Go to this link, sign up. Everything will be revealed about the storm. In fact, we've even got a little video challenge there. 3 different options of a video you can submit. And from those, we're going to pull a few winners, and you could be one of the first to get this new detector for free. Right. Sign up, join us on June 18th. The storm is coming. Embrace the storm.
What do you think, Michael?
Sounds like we need to go sign up. Maybe we get a free machine.
I know. Good Lord. So we talked about this on Friday night. We'll bring it up one more time. The storm, I don't know much about it. The only thing that I'm sort of getting a vibe or a feel for that I think this is going to be sort of a middle tier machine. Sort of like maybe like what Minelab's done with the X-Terra Elite. I think Garrett's going to throw their name into the market. But I also believe that you're going to have different levels of that machine, different series. It's going to be a series of machines. And I'm thinking it's probably going to be 3 machines. At least that's what I think. And I could be totally wrong. I could be totally off base. But if I had to take a guess, that's where I think this is heading with Garrett. And that's going to be really interesting to see as well. So we will see. We will see what's happened. Tater Two Guns says, "Hey, if you love digging 12 to 13 inches bobby pins, the Fisher leads for get a PI detector." There you go. All right. Two Guns. Some of my Civil War sites really hot soul that only the Dozier hits. You can grab a few bullets that were too deep for VLF. Yeah, and I agree with him. I mean, that PI machine serves a purpose in those types of soil that you need that. So, and Surfside Dan's on here too. He's used a PI machine a bunch. Detector 2 guns. He says the GPX 4500 has some discriminations. Just have to know how to read the tones it sends to you. And again, those PI machines in highly mineralized soil, they can do the trick and help you find some really deep targets that will be missed. And he's exactly right. It will be missed by VLF machines because of the mineralization. It'll cut down on the depth of those machines as well. So, but I can't wait for June 18th from Garrett to see how they throw their name into the hat and how this sort of all plays out. I think it's just a really great month.
It is. It's a wild ride, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a wild ride. I got out of metal detected today. I was using the Manicore with that M9 coil. I love that coil. I'm just totally infatuated with it. And really love what I'm seeing from that coil. Of course, you guys all know that follow the channel know that we've found some outstanding finds with that machine so far, and running that M9 coil. Some of the best finds that we've ever had have been found with that coil and with the Manicore. But the Deus 2 has also been equally up to the task. And like I kept saying on the live stream, we got 2 videos coming this week, one with the Manicore and one with the XP Deus 2. Both of them are outstanding finds that Michael got to be a part of that. So if you're new to the channel, you definitely want to check out that video when it drops with the XP Deus 2, because that hunt was spectacular. And then we come back with a Manicore video, and that hunt was spectacular too. So we got a lot of content coming, and maybe by the end of the week, I might have that other machine in my hands to show everybody, and we can put some video content up on the X-Terra Elite. And if I get the triple score, then I'll get that up and running and put that out there as well. So we'll see how that plays out. But I think she said it was going to be at least 2 to 3 weeks.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah, I think she said it was going to be about 2 weeks before that Garrett, before the triple score is going to be released and be out there for everyone. Carson Chris says, I have the Garrett Axiom. I kept holding out for Nocta, but went with Garrett. And I've seen some great finds made with that Garrett Axiom out west. I've seen some gold coins found and some nice gold nuggets with that Axiom. So apparently it's doing a pretty decent job from what I've seen. So, I don't know, because I've never used a pulse induction machine, a Garrett pulse induction machine at that. Alabama Digger says the new Garrett, mark my words, will be the new water machine for a lot of people. The Garretts have always been really solid out of the box water machines with no mods. One thing that I will say that I have spoken with Garrett. One thing that I have sort of gotten an indication is they went really hard on the beach. So they're telling me that this machine is going to be much, much better on the beach. So that's one thing that I sort of feel like that could be something that we can look forward to, is that they've gone real heavy on the beach side of it. So we'll see what that sounds like as well.
Well, the timing is right now. It's a good time to release a good beach machine now with the summer starting.
So, yeah, I believe that that's what's going to happen. I really believe that this machine is probably going to be really good on the beach. The other thing that we talked about last night too, and we talked about on Friday, was they brought up that word new technology. So what's going to be in that Garrett that's going to be different from the stuff that they've had before? Maybe different than the Apex, because the Apex was a multi-frequency machine. So they're saying new technology. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean a new chip? Does that mean, different sets of headphones that hook up to it? Does it mean that the machine's going to have something that makes it perform better than any of their other machines of the past? Which, that's what a lot of us are hoping for. And if Garrett plays this right, they could really fall into it and be right back into the thick of things, honestly. Rob says, I personally think Garrett has a lot of work to do to get massive support back, especially for a saltwater machine. Too many great water machines already out there. And you're right, Rob. I mean, you know, we've got so many choices. We just went through a whole bunch of choices just then. But one thing that I know, and Michael knows this too, and it sounds like there's a couple of people on this chat that know this as well. People are really loyal to Garrett, and we often have that conversation about, you know, Ford versus Chevy type deals with metal detectors. There are some diehard Garrett users out there, and when they release this machine, and if this machine is anything better than what they've released in the past, those Garrett users are going to flock to it. And I think a lot of us being, you know, USA people too, we're going to try to flock to it because we want to support and get behind a USA machine that's made here in the United States. So I think that's where you're going to see some of this go once that machine's released. And again, if it's a good machine and it holds its weight and holds its salt, then here's what's going to happen. You know, they could explode again, just like with an AT Pro. The AT Pro was one of their best selling machines, you know. So what's going to happen? I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's something we're going to have to wait and see. Like you said, I'm interested in that new technologies that they're talking about. But you know, this machine, you know, it's got to have certain things, lightweight, you know,
right. It's going to have to have all of those features. Maybe a carbon graphite shaft. It's going to have lightweight. It's going to have different selection of coils. It's going to have to be multi-frequency. It's going to have to run good on the beach. It's going to have good separation, nice screen, user interface. All of those are things that people want right now, and they are definitely looking for those things. And if Garrett can produce those things, you're going to see, I know Rob's put up here about how none of those channels are using, but you'll see those Garrett users come back to Garrett if that happens. So, and David Frazier says, yeah, Nugget does. Yeah, Nugget still uses that Garrett AT Max and the AT Pro, I believe. So I've seen him using it. But again, those are single frequency machines. So Garrett is going to have a multi-frequency machine that should be able to, you know, hang in there and compete. We lost Michael for a second, but he's back. So, you know, that'll be interesting in itself when that drops on June 18th. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see what this machine's going to look like. And maybe, just maybe, I'll have one real soon. So we'll see what happens there. All right, Michael. Well, we've spent about 45, 50 minutes. So what do you think? If you had $500 right now, Michael, what machine would you invest in?
I mean, I like that triple score right now. That the package deal with the coils, the wireless headphones. I mean, right? You know, I don't have anything against that Elite, but you know, I just you know, as far as the settings and what you get for the money, I think I would probably get that Nocta myself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, here's the only thing that might persuade me to go with the Minelab machine. And I'm going to tell you, just like what somebody brought up a few minutes ago, and I think it was a history revisit. I love the idea of being able to adjust that iron bias down into those negative numbers to maybe help with a little bit more separation.
Yeah, that is true.
That would, of course, you and I are relic hunters. You know, if you're not really dealing with all of that iron and stuff, that might not be a selling feature to you. And then the triple score would be the better option. But if you're a relic hunter and you're dealing in the iron as much as you and I are, then maybe the X-Terra Elite, it would be the way to go as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And Greeny Meanie says, haggle with Joel and getting the Nocta for $479.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. TN Treasure Hunter. Chig is a big Garrett guy. In my opinion, probably the best detecting channel on YouTube. Yeah, he's been using Garrett. There's been some loyal Garrett users. I love KG and Ringy. I mean, I've been with those guys, talked with those guys, have been to a few events and shows with those guys. And, they're diehard Garrett users. And that's great. Those guys have found a lot of amazing things. But of course, technology has changed. Is Garrett going to have the machine that's going to compete with Minelab and Nocta and XP? I mean, are they going to have the machine that can do that? And that's what I think everybody's really hoping, that this is what Garrett does. So we'll see.
I think they're going to have to. I think to stay competitive.
Right. And David brings up a good one. It's like I just said a few minutes ago, the beach is getting ready to really be under assault like never before with all these multi-frequency machines. If they keep up with all these new detectors, there won't be any targets left. That's true. Multi-frequency machines are the wave of the future. Single frequencies still serve their purpose. And I know there's some of you that like running some of those single frequencies. And they do. They serve a great purpose in certain situations and for certain things that you're looking for. So they're still available, and they're still being put on machines because they do serve a great purpose as well. So, all right. Well, Michael, anything else you want to add before we head out? Any questions has anybody got? I'll try to answer them, or Michael will try to answer them. We don't know everything about these machines yet, but what we do know, we'll be glad to share, or any of that. So if you got something, you can ask now before we sign off. And I know it's been a busy day. It's a busy Monday for most of you. Some of you work, some of you don't, but don't want to take up too much of you guys' time tonight. And if you got something, don't hesitate. Please, if you're not a member of this channel, please go out and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button for the live stream today. That helps with the algorithm. If you're looking for any metal detecting accessory, product, any of that, definitely check Joel out at Metal Detecting Buy, Sell, and Trade USA. You can go to his website. It's been scrolling across the bottom, and he can get you hooked up with any of these new products. Maybe you want a Garrett Storm. Tell Joel you want to get in on that pre-order list for a Garrett Storm or the triple score. Get in on that. Get those machines if you're interested in any of them. The X-Terra Elite, all of those machines are going to be available. Joel should be able to get them for you. He can get them to you quick, and he does it at a good price usually too. So check Joel out if you haven't already, and I know he would greatly appreciate it. If you are interested in joining our memberships, we do have those memberships. We have those. We have two levels now. We have a true relic hunter level, which is $9.99, and just a regular relic hunter level, which is $4.99. And all of those memberships support the channel. We do a monthly live stream where we get together with all of our members and subscribers, and we do a live stream where we talk some special stuff, as well as we do some really cool giveaways. And you get badges and stuff too if you sign up for any of these levels, and lets us know that you're a supporter of the channel as well. So again, if you're interested, it's there for you. All you got to do is hit that join thing down at the bottom, and we would greatly appreciate that as well.
It's gonna be interesting to see the videos, when people get these machines in their hands in the next couple of weeks,
Right.
Do some testing and some hunting with these machines, see how they do. Maybe I know you're going to get the Elite, and you may get the triple score as well.
Right. Well, if you are interested, you got finds and you want to put them up on our live stream too, my email is down below, sransc@gmail.com, and we will be sharing our finds of the week on our regular live stream on Friday nights at 7:30. If you're new and you haven't joined in on one of those, we do those on Friday nights at 7:30. So definitely check that out as well. So, Michael, it's going to be a wrap. And again, I appreciate you guys And I hope everyone has a great, restful night. And maybe you get out into tech. Maybe you're going to buy one of these new machines. Maybe you'll have it this week and you can go out and see what these things are like. But again, thank you all for being here tonight, taking the time out of your busy Monday to be a part of our live stream. We really appreciate it. And we will be catching you guys real soon on our next adventure. Stay tuned for some great video content coming in the near future. So be on the lookout for that, and hit that like button before you leave if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate that. And I hope you guys have a great, restful rest of your week. We'll see you guys on Friday for our regular live stream. Y'all take care. We'll see you guys.
Have a good evening, guys.
Take care.